Hey everybody, welcome to yet another Battletech battle played on Megamech. I am running the Megamech 48 point, I think 48.7 suite, because there's just too much going on, too much politics and programming required for the 49. What you're seeing here is going to be a representative battle. We have one star. This is actually the command star, so the leaders of Clan Wolverine's 8th battle cluster, the Lab Rats, holding the um, uh, deserted planet that they're trying to terraform of Lone Star, and they are under attack by 7 regiments of Kurita mechs and 14 regiments of Kurita vehicles. So they have to fight a hit and fade. It's only one cluster, which is about a battalion and a half translated of clan level mechs against roughly 21 regiments. There's just no way they can win a straight up fight. So they're entering a campaign of guerrilla warfare. Do whatever you can and then run away. Right now, they're up. The first target, and this is actually the first battle of the invasion, is Clan Wolverine striking the weak point in the House Draconis forces, which is the 13th Rasalhague regulars. I did not pick this ugly camo job on either side. It is really alpha. Well, I actually kind of like the Wolverine Alpha Galaxy paint scheme, and that is the paint scheme for Rasalhague regular regiments under House Kurita. And they've got so it's 2 heavy vehicle lances and 1 heavy mech lance against 1 star, a kind of a lance equivalent of medium clan mechs. So I've got a range advantage, and I'm currently milking that for all I can. So I'm having my mech units jump as far as they reliably can, right along the edge to build to build modifiers really, and turn. And only some of my mechs can actually do that. Only some of my mechs can actually jump. The fire support versions cannot. So we're going to actually have them race forward. The fire support versions, I'm going to have them race forward to generate. Again, my goal is, because I have better troops, my goal is to generate the maximum possible to hit numbers and depend on them. And of course, my elementals, my infantry support, their goal is to get as close as humanly possible without getting shot. Fortunately, the terrain really favors that, so they're going to be. I'm going to have them effectively jumping to cover as they continue to close without presenting targets until they're within their attack range. Because it's no fun if only one. It's no fun if only one group of you gets to enjoy themselves. All right, so my elementals have advanced, and one reason why I picked this target is the 13th Rasalhague is a green unit, and they're already showing that up as their Crusader. Lone Star has 0.8 G, which means in Battletech terms, everybody gets a free movement point. But if you move faster than your unit is designed to move, there's a chance you can fall, which the face plant of the enemy Crusader proves. And both of my veteran pilots moved to their maximum, and they succeeded in their piloting roles. Now it's firing phase, and this is kind of what I hoped, that I'd be able to focus fire and eliminate enemy units. That von Luckner heavy tank is not a joke, so I'm definitely going to attack that with my ER PPC. 5 to hit, and he's out of range of the streak. In range with the ER medium lasers, barely. With a 7, and heat wise, I can fire 1. I'll fire 2, just to eliminate something is in the early stages. And that's my enemy. That's the unit captain, McReedy. He's a gunslinger, Donnel McReedy, piloting 0, gunnery 0. He's the best. And he's a graduate of a program that kills you or makes you the best. So he's declared his fire. I'm gonna see what they've got. All right, so ER large laser. think we're going to continue to combine firepower on that von Luckner heavy tank up there. And medium lasers, heat-wise, yeah, I can pour a fair number of medium lasers on there without overheating. But I'll pick up a little bit of heat. I really want to get rid of that tank and its autocannon 20 before it can do damage to my medium units. LRM and a PPC. These are the only shots I got. 10 is not great, but I won't really overheat that bad, so I'll take the shot. Much better shots from twin PPCs for my fire support versions. We will pour some fire there. No ammo involved, so no great loss and not overheating at all. And ditto from the other fire support Wolverine. 2 clan particle cannons. And if you haven't played Battletech, or you haven't played Battletech in a while, here's a reminder that clan particle cannons are an entirely different proposition than inner sphere particle cannons. They just hit 50% harder. And I'll be kind of surprised and disappointed if that tank is still in the game at the end of this turn. It doesn't look like I'm really taking any return fire. I may be just out of range. But the Manticore heavy tank hasn't declared fire. I think I am out of range for most of the short range weapons. Okay, so I'm done there. There's just nothing going on. Oh, I am taking some. What's that coming from? Crusader? Looks like indirect fire, maybe? Because he's down level 0. No, he's technically got line of sight. Or it could be indirect. I don't like his odds, so I'll take it. All right. So the elementals. Whoa, round 1. Let's go back. Movement phase. And then weapons fire. Okay, click that too fast. So Wolverine Prime. ER PPC hits, ER medium laser hits, ER medium laser hits. So all 3 hit the von Luckner. And half movement points, -1 movement points, really slowed that down. That's going to keep it at range longer, which is going to play to my strengths. Really liking that. Wolverine A misses with everything. Oh no, hits with the ER large laser. Another half movement points. That von Luckner's going nowhere in a hurry. And we have punched through its right side armor, doing internal damage. It might not be long for this world, hopefully. Two of my PPC misses, von Luckner. 1 more PP hits its front. He's got 28 armor remaining, so that's kind of impressive. So I didn't take the von Luckner down, but I really did slow it down. So that I'll take that tactically. My units are overheating a little bit, and none of the enemy mechs are overheating. Vehicles can't overheat. That's round 1. 10 seconds of combat. Something I'll point out here really quick is my commander is a gunslinger, and he has survived the Crucible of Crucibles, and you don't get that title for nothing. He's got a relative +5 to initiative, leading his troops against enemy units. That means that the House Draconis troops, I expect to lose initiative almost every turn, and I'm going to need that. Because they outmass me by 2.5 to 1 in terms of raw tonnage. They're at like 750, and I'm just over 250 tons. So they're almost 3 times my raw tonnage. So yeah, it's going to be a challenge, but it's a challenge I hope Clan Wolverine is ready to make. Oh, and I've got a stunned crew. They're not doing anything. Excellent, excellent, excellent. All right. I am going to move the elementals to cover still. I want to get the elementals up where they can attack vehicles, because elementals and vehicles, it's a match made in heaven, in my heaven, not their heaven. Definitely not their heaven. All right, so they're kind of moving straight down the middle of the crater body, so I'm gonna jump along that ridge, use it for cover for my infantry. And I'm moving the elementals first. One reason they can stack. Another reason is that that gives even more of a tactical advantage to my mechs. And my mechs are going to need all the tactical advantage they can get. Jump. Because even though the battle value is in my favor, the odds are almost ridiculously not in my favor. either in terms of tonnage or material. They can. I've got better pilots. I've got more agile units. They simply can absorb almost an order of magnitude more punishment than I can deal out. So we'll have to deal with it. All right, I'm going with my fire support mechs, and this was always the plan. I'm going to have them back up and have them back up. Again, I want to generate those. I want to generate those to hit numbers. Make the rookie troops miss, while my more accurate veteran troops can maintain hits. All right, let's jump 5. Keeping our distance. Yeah, and so I'm basically playing a shell game back here. Trying to lure them forward while maintaining my distance as much as possible and peppering them with my more powerful long-range weaponry. We will see how well. I don't necessarily want to jump past standard gravity. All right, so the Crusaders back up, and the Drillson heavy hover tank fails a piloting roll, so it skids and takes some internal damage and halves its movement points. Hover tanks are fast, so a slow hover tank is a dead hover tank. That's also working out very well for me. All right, weapons fire. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Deedly-dee. What do I look like for ERs? Nothing's in medium range. All right, so ER PPC. I want to erase that Drillson hover tank, and my gunslinger is the best shot to do, best bet to do it. I will do secondary fire. Probably not going to hit at the Crusader with the SRM-6. That's not going to overheat me by too much. My movement will stay up. Wolverine A. Don't really have a lot, and the best shot is still that von Luckner. So I'll hit him with a ER large, and I'll try a pair of mediums that'll probably miss. Stay cool. Eller, here's one of my 3 fire supports. I think I need to pay attention at Crusader. He's getting kind of close, but that Bulldog medium tank is more vulnerable to fire, cluster fire, and I've got an LRM, so I'm going to fire that. And I'm going to overheat a fair amount. I'll have to skip the ER PPC next turn. And 2 PPCs also at that Bulldog. I'm out to degrade as much enemy capacity as possible before we really close ranks and do battle. And I should be well beyond their rate, I'm at relatively extreme range, 14 hexes. You can see that's the bottom number. 14, 15, 12 hexes. Kind of 12 hexes. 12 hexes is kind of inner sphere standard engagement range. So I'm going to do as much as I possibly can to punish these guys outside of that range, because that's going to pay off when they do close. Don't really have any line of sight for the elementals. That's on purpose. Oh, make that. I've got a decent shot with SRM2, and that's a cluster attack, so good chance of doing like anti-vehicle damage. I'll take that shot. Definitely take that shot. I've got another anti-vehicle. 5 to hit. Yep. So 2 elemental points will fire on the stunned crew of the von Luckner. Hopefully, they will have a peaceful passing to the afterlife. No shot for that for the last 2 elementals, and that's it. Let's see how firing did. We are taking a lot more fire, and I believe they've got an LRM carrier, but the LRM carrier. It's probably opening fire. Hopefully, we'll get some misses, but that's a potential threat I'm going to have to eliminate. I just want to eliminate these autocannon 20 carrying monsters before they can get close enough to kill my elementals. Done. Wolverine Prime, and the von Luckner is destroyed. Unfortunately, unlike tabletop, I'm still going to have a lot of units shoot at it. But que sera, c'est la vie dans mon cruel, is what you can do. Wolverine, the ERPPC, hits that Bulldog and mostly wipes out its turret. And another ERPPC hit on the Bulldog. Another -1 movement point. It's very good. Obviously, the Wolverine elementals are pounding the already destroyed corpse of the Von Luckner. Let's see about incoming fire here. What do I get? The Crusader misses with 2 LRM-10s. Interesting Crusader mod. Usually it's an LRM-15. Give me a sec. Yeah, my elementals would be really tearing up that Von Luckner if it wasn't already destroyed. Manticore, 2 particle cannons, does get an LRM-10 hit. Let's see, at Wolverine B. All right, so one of my Omni-Mechs takes some both hits at the center torso, but I still got armor there. I can live. And one of my mechs falls, but does not take any pilot damage. I'll be okay. It's not ideal, but all my mechs are running cold. Most of their mechs are running hot. Oh no, their mechs are running cold. Let's see what we look like battle value wise. 99.5%, and they're down 12% of their battle value with that big heavy tank taken out. Okay, let's get B up and moving. Get up. And let's get you some partial cover. Yeah, they're kind of hanging back, and that is just fine by me. The exchange rate out here is totally in my favor so far. I'll keep it that way. Jumping and moving is not going to bother my gunslinger at all. Anyway, move 7. So we'll close with the fire support mechs because that's what I need to do to maintain. That's really what I need to do to maintain the kind of bonuses that are going to generate misses. And it is elemental time. Bulldog and a Drillson. Okay. So I'm going to make. We'll see. They've moved their back units first, which is probably wise. I did the same thing. At some point, the elementals are going to have to get in the game, and I have gotten them relatively close. So let's make with the chaos, guys. I can jump in here where the Crusader is. And this is what I wanted. I really wanted to get my units right up in the muck. As soon as they could take fire, that they can give fire directly. Really mess with it. Give everybody a bad day. And this is the first time that House Kurita has encountered elemental battle armor. So much with the screaming and the panicking, if everything goes my way. I'm up and they're up. Time for the shooting. And once again, they're staying with the long range shots. This is my best shot, and that LRM carrier is actually kind of a threat. So let's see if I can give him some love. I've got a decent shot. I'll stay a little warm. But that would be that's one of my highest priorities to eliminate early. But that Manticore, it's not that big of a deal. I definitely want to get rid of that LRM carrier. But the von Luckner is another heavy, and he's in a much better spot, so he's probably my best target. I'll pour some liquid laser love on him. I'm not going to overheat because he's not worth it. The odds aren't good. The torso twist. Speaking of odds that are good, this Manticore is in perfect range from my big guns. We'll be overheating a fair amount, but it's my best shot. I'm going to take it. Nice. Let's put another pair of PPCs on that LRM carrier. And another pair on that heavy tank. So a fair amount of combined fire. And now for the joy. So let's have the elementals just sick that Manticore and see if we can't eliminate it. It's his best. So just take your best shots at whatever's closest. Guns a blazing, chesty puller, rar. Looks like that Bulldog medium tank is going to be a pretty good target for most of my units, and the Manticore will be another good target. And I'm really not looking for actual takeouts. I'm looking for cheap criticals. I'm not proud. All those elemental weapons should hit. And let's see what all the combined fire looks like. Von Luckner. 2 autocannon 20s at elementals. That would kill them in one hit, and he misses with both. But every one of my elementals is now wide awake. Wide awake. Oh, my gunslinger misses with 2 of his guns, but does tag the LRM carrier with an ER medium laser. Von Luckner, another Von Luckner, 2 autocannon 20s at elementals. I'm probably going to lose some infantry on this fight at the very least. Another Wolverine just gets a turret hit. That's kind of sad. Bulldog, medium tank, large laser, medium laser, SRM. ERPC PC at the LRM carrier. Boom, baby. Critical hit on right, and ammo hit. And all of its ammo, that LRM carrier is destroyed by damage. The Von Luckner isn't going to take any particle cannons. Crusader, also wild panic fire at the elementals, completely whiffing. And it is the elementals' turn. Okay, so let's talk about the amount of damage that elementals can do to vulnerable infantry. So first elemental point is going after a Manticore heavy tank, and first hit -1 movement point. So the small lasers, -1 movement point and stuns the crew for 1 turn. That's glorious. The SRM2s get a critical hit to no effect. And then auto rifles, minor motive system damage, +1 to driving rolls. I'm not really worried about the armor. I'm going for the criticals. That's why elementals are there. Another Crusader, panic fire, and more elementals, more missing. It's a glorious, glorious day to be a Marine in the Terran Federation. Hoorah! All right, small lasers, the beat at the Bulldog tank, +2 to driving skills, -1 movement point, and crew stun for 1 turn. I love my elementals, and the cackling over the comnet has to be glorious. Glorious, I tell you. Another 2 driving scrolls, -1 movement point. Another crew stunned for 2 turns. Minor damage, major damage, vehicle immobile. Being immobile in Battletech is just incredibly bad. So 2 tanks significantly degraded from the elementals, and we are not done. Drillson that goes after another elemental point and whiffs, which is going to be sad. Elementals at the Bulldog, engine destroyed, immobile, major system damage, SRM2s hit on the fuel tank, vehicle explodes. Oh, jeez. So my elementals have just ripped the ever-living hoots out of that. That is just painful. It's glorious. I love it. I want more of it. LRM carrier gets its last shot off. It does hit. 2 LRM-20 hits on Wolverine Bravo. That is the beta configuration. That is unfortunate. That armor's getting kind of weak. Next battle armor, going after the Manticore heavy tank. Hits with the small lasers, misses with the SRMs. Hits, no great effect, but they've already been done. Manticore tank opens fire at Wolverine B and hits the legs, so partial cover takes care of that. Next, next elemental battle point opening fire on the Bulldog. You cannot imagine the nightmare that has to be going on inside that Bulldog medium tank as 25 power armored things clear a ridge and just blow your buddy and start ripping you apart. I think we already immobilized it, but it's still getting -1 movement, -1 move point, -1 move point, two crew stunned. My poor Wolverine Bravo is the victim of combined fire, does remain standing from the damage, but round 3 went very well for me, and very not well for the bad guys. I win initiative. My battle value is at 98%. Theirs is down to 71%. So they're losing about 14% per round. So if this battle goes on for a long time, yeah, it's going to be in my favor. I get Wolverine B is running hot, and it's already having a bad day. So let's get it behind a level 2, make the enemy make the enemy pick a different target if they can. So glorious. All right, Wolverine A. Let's get some jump action in there. We can close up a little bit. Get some partial cover as well. That'll be good for me, bad for them. Prime, gonna do the same thing, jumping and partial cover. Moving. Time for our fire support mechs to repeat their retreat. So they're gonna back up. I'll risk that piloting roll. All right. And in case you can't tell, vehicles are the natural prey of elementals, so I am sending my elementals vehicle bound whenever possible. Boing, and that's their target. I really, really, really want these vehicles taken out. There just aren't words for the depth of this passion, and I like to get what I want, so. I'm going to keep jumping the elementals as vehicle word as possible. Crusader stays up. I don't have to, which is a glorious thing. Do I have a rear shot at the Crusader? I don't think I do. Okay. That's a pity. So that Von Luckner has 2 particle cannons, and I object. So I'm going to object with with 2 autocannon 20s. I'm going to eject on my own. So I'm going to pour some more fire. I'm going to stay hot. I'm going to pour some more fire on that Manticore while it's stunned. Put the crew out of its misery. That's it for my alpha, for my gunslinger. Von Luckner's my only shot, so that's the shot I'm going to take. And the shots aren't great, but I got nothing better to do. And block the line of sight. Why can I not do indirect fire? I love Mega Mech. Should be a way. Okay. There's fire. Is there indirect fire? Let's pick the right weapon. It's only LRM-20. Can I right click on it? Can I left click on it? What's going on here? More. Next, twist, fire, skip, next target. Mode. Mode. Indirect. And with indirect, why is it still impossible? Oh, booger. All right, I'll change it back to direct fire since I don't have any. I'm doing nothing but cooling off, which is a tragedy. A tragedy, I tell you. Von Luckner, another pair of PPCs because I've got the heat sinks and the inclination. Booyah. Hopefully, I'll be able to eliminate that booger. And no shot for Wolverine C. Elemental time. Oh, let's zoom in here a little bit and see just how bad things are. So I want to take out this Von Luckner. That is definitely the focus of all of my fire. Um, everything that can, should. You've seen by now that the swarm attacks of elementals, uh, this is very much what they do. 5 to hit, 5 to 3 to hit, 5 to hit. I'll slum it. I love having elite troops. It's a glorious thing. Target the Von Luckner. Threes to hit, 1 to hit. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'll do that. Okay. Devon Luckner, again, taking those autocannon 20s, just daka, trying to eliminate elementals is not happening. Miss autocannon 20, miss autocannon 20, miss SRM6, and the blood cries of the elementals as they close is incredible. ERPPC, so my gunslinger, the Star Colonel, slams a particle cannon into the front of the Von Luckner, takes out about a third of its armor. The Streak SRM6 does slam into the stunned Manticore tank. Some more motive damage. It immobilizes it. -1. It jams the turret, so that's good. I don't know what direction the turret's in, but I'll take it. Next, Von Luckner, more panic fire at the elementals. Miss. 2 autocannon 20s and an SRM6 doing nothing and not ripping my medium mechs to shreds. I love you, elementals. You are saving my tuchus. And my Wolverine A, my long range energy support, completely whiffs every shot because karma. Charger. Elementals, kill them, kill it with fire, and they do fire. Small laser miss, small laser miss, small laser miss, small laser miss, except they'd miss. All right. Wolverine C tags the Von Luckner with a particle cannon to no real effect, but running out of armor there. Another Crusader. Oh, elementals everywhere. So you've got green Kurita pilots turning around, desperately trying to hit these metal kangaroos from hell, whiffing insanely as the battle armor is just pouring fire into vulnerable sections of the vehicles left and right. Crusader miss. Another Crusader completely whiffs at everything, and it is elemental time. Let's see what we can do to that Von Luckner heavy tank. -1 movement point from the first, and that's about it. Plinks away at some armor, but hey, every bit of movement damage is good. Next, second star, keeps hitting, half movement point, -1 movement point. Engine destroyed, immobile. It's a glorious thing. Fourth elemental star misses small lasers. SRM6 is hit. Another -1 movement point. So that thing's not going anywhere. Auto rifles hit number 5. Another Von Luckner hits. A sensor hit and kills the crew. Oh, elemental death everywhere, and the screaming is just a nightmare for House Kurita. Oh, I'm not. Now elementals aren't immortal. They're probably not going to be able to keep that up forever. But what a glorious entry Clan Wolverine has made into the House Kurita invasion. And assuming any of these guys live to retreat, what stories they're going to tell about the strange Oni demons killing vehicle crews and ripping them to shreds left and right. Oh, locked, immobile, unfortunately aimed right at my mechs. Crew dead, immobile, beautiful, beautiful. There's a Whitworth over there. All right. Okay. Wolverine C. The Whitworth has not yet moved. There's that ridge and the high ridge, and so I don't want the high ridge to become an excuse. Stunned, turret locked, immobile, pointing in the wrong direction. I think the elementals want to continue to share the love with vehicles, and they're close enough now I can move the elementals first. Because they don't have facing, they don't have like a rear armor. I don't need to worry about the vehicle with a dead crew because killed them already. It's kind of a glorious thing. And I can close in with that locked group. Elementals also still do need to keep on the move whenever possible. Let's jump to the rear of the hover. Well, the hover tank's not going to be there, so don't necessarily need to jump to the rear of it. But we can definitely come around and share the love. Oh, the Whitworth has moved. Yeah, yeah. Let's share some elemental love with the Whitworth. Because what is life without elemental love? I can actually share 2 points worth of elemental love with that Whitworth, and he won't be able to kick me even a little bit. It's a bad day. I know House Kurita is desperate. I know that we've eliminated both the heir to the throne and the second in line to the throne, and 10 of their first frontline mech regiments. And I know that these 7 mech regiments represent like the last army they're going to be able to field against us in the Terran in the Draconis Federation War, and I don't care. This is something straight out of like a bad Vietnam movie, where they just want to make sure that everybody sees all the Americans as inept, that kind of thing. I'm going to start closing up, getting better range with my gunslinger. So I'm going to jump 5 to some partial cover. And I think that seems like a capital plan. We'll actually kind of Wolverines unite on this one. Yeah, I'll go the extra round because I need the ridge for protection. And meanwhile, not everybody can combine firepower in the Whitworth, but my yeah. Who's that partial cover? I can get some partial cover in the rear arc of. I can get some partial cover in the rear arc of that Crusader, and I like that all kinds of okay. So my best shot is the Crusader mech. I'm gonna skip the particle cannon, as impressive as it is. Try to cool down some. I'm gonna pour some SRM, some medium laser fire on that Crusader. Let's skip the ER large laser because it's a lot of heat, and just pack a. Oh gosh, I forgot how many medium lasers that mech has. Oh jeez, that's that's toasty. That's just gonna tingle. And we can put LRM-20 and ER-PPC also on the Crusader. I'm definitely going to put 2 PPCs on that Whitworth to distract it from the elementals crawling up its legs. And the perfect rear shot, 2 PPCs into the rear arc of the Crusader. If that hits, yeah, I'm going to overheat. I'm going to alpha strike because if it hits, it's just going to be too good to pass up. 3s to hit from the elementals. Gee darn. On that Whitworth. And another 3s to hit. I think I can be persuaded. And let's pay attention to that bulldog. That tank needs some elemental love. I will provide that tank with the elemental love it has been deprived of for so very long. That von Luckner is still in the fight and still mobile, and that's completely unacceptable. So let's continue to rip the von Luckner apart. And yeah, I think get the hover tank down. All right, so Streak SRM-6 and both medium lasers hit the Crusader from my gunslinger. Go, go, Star Colonel McReedy. Doesn't punch through anywhere, but that shaves off some armor. Bulldog medium tank, large laser hits a trooper. Wow, that's a good shot. Now imagine, and this is the first time that this ever happened. You put your vehicle crew. You put a large laser on an infantryman. You shoot him. You knock him down with the force of evaporating metal from the laser, and then it gets right back up and keeps shooting. Yes. Oh, the screaming! It has to sound like a horror movie in the middle of those vehicles. Wolverine A takes all the medium lasers in God's world and puts it on the Crusader. One misses. Only one misses. Bam, left leg, left arm, right torso, center torso, left arm, another miss, and right torso. Just melty melt. Not a huge amount of armor left. It's now armored like a light mech after that little sunbathing treatment. Next up, another Wolverine, ER medium laser at the Crusader. Yep, center torso armor is getting thin, punched into the left arm. Right torso armor is getting thin. Oh, oh. LRM 20 at the Crusader. Yep, 12 hit to the head. It's glorious. Another hit to the center torso, still glorious. ERPPC to the left leg. Now, if that had been to the head, that's be some primo salvage. That'd be nice. The Crusader fires back and does tag my Wolverine B, because of course it's a Wolverine B, with one LRM 10, but misses with two medium lasers and LRM 10, so not bad. I can't believe my Wolverine misses the Whitworth with both ERPPC. Oh, come on, man. Another Crusader opens fire with lasers on the elementals of point 0.4 to no effect. Just can't tag them at all. Oh, scheisse. And Wolverine number 5 opening alpha striking into the Crusader's rear. Plants an ER medium laser right torso rear, hits ammo blows, auto ejects, and the Crusader is destroyed by ejection and the ammo explosion. So one mech down. Drillson hover tanks gets a pair of hits gets 3 hits on troopers with a large laser. Another large laser fails to kill an elemental, and the screaming over the Kurita radios has to continue. But the elementals take the damage and keep going. I don't know how much longer they're gonna be able to keep that up, but hot diggity darn have they done their fair share. And now the elementals' turn. Well, they've out of the short range missiles, so they're going to do less damage, but it's still nightmare fuel. Left arm, and left leg on the Whitworth, and auto rifles center torso. Next, battle point 2 also hits with everything. Right torso, right arm, and left torso. Another elemental battle armor on the Bulldog, another -1 movement point, and SRM-4 malfunction. I'll take it. The Whitworth opens fire on the elementals. That does not work. Misses completely. And the nightmare continues. Ah! These guys are alpha striking at these bouncy power armor. They're hitting next to nothing. And their buddies are dying left and right. Elemental battle armor, point number 4 on the Von Luckner that is sitting stable. Left side, we're into the criticals. Crew stunned for 1 turn, crew stunned for 2 turns, crew stunned for 3 turns. Oh, beautiful. And another at the Von Luckner, pounding on the opposite side. Crew stunned for 4 turns. Oh, they're gonna die in their sleep, which is, you've got to go. But in the battlefield might not be recommended. All right, so one enemy heavy mech down. All of my medium mechs are still fully functional, a little overheating. I might need to pull Wolverine B back before it starts taking the kind of damage that I can't shrug off. That's a possibility. It's unfortunate, but it really is a possibility. Okay. So let's do Elemental Joy first. Stunned, locked, immobile, crew dead, immobile. And there's this big gathering here, and I feel like they're having a party and they haven't invited me. And I want to be where the party is. So I'm gonna jump right in the middle of the enemy formation, see if I can scatter them, start picking them off a little bit more, one at a time. And I can jump back over. I can jump over here for the 3 movement points that I need for full defense. And then I can jump for. Whoa, wrong unit. More elementals. So I'm mostly having my elementals basically just trade places and continue their attacks so they can keep their defensive bonuses. You haven't jumped. Let's go visit the party. I want to go visit the party. Boing. The Drillson has jumped. Excellent. I can put some elementals behind it and open fire into its rear. Sounds like a wonderful idea. I think it's a beautiful, beautiful plan. Wolverine C. All right. They're all over there not paying attention, and this seems like a good chance to take the ridge. And yeah, I think fire support on the ridge is a good thing at this point. We've shattered them. We've shattered them. We've incapacitated them. We've distracted them. We're driving them back. Mostly because of how incredibly badass our elemental core is. It's a glorious thing. And as usual, we're going to jump and jump into the fray. Time for the Wolverines to do what the elementals did first. And we're going to have them. Ooh, a charger. The charger will charge. We're going to have them go share the love and move as much defensively as they possibly can to maintain the bonuses against the green troops. And you are jumping your rear guard. Right? You're gonna want you to jump where you've got cover because I don't want to lose any people just because I'm so busy cackling. Charger falls. Boom. Charger falls. Boom. Pilot of the Charger blacks out. Excellent. You can take a nap. And then there's a Crusader. Nice. Whitworth. Let's see what my elementals can do. Yeah, the Bulldog. That's not a great shot at sevens, but it's better than nothing. Another elemental. Let's get that Bulldog out of the fight because I'm tired. I'm sick of the him. That Von Luckner, there's no reason that we should wait for the crew to wake up to die screaming. We already have all the recordings we need of that from the other tanks. So we'll just put them out of their misery and let's take that rear shot on the Drillson heavy hover tank up in that left corner. That might get through. I might not. It's worth a try. Mech time. What's my best shot here? Stun crew is not a threat. Dead crew is not a threat. Whitworth is a +3. It's 6 hex range. So I can fire that. No, I'm gonna actually torso twist, which will eliminate my firing. All right, I'll twist back. I'm gonna leave that, and I'm going to fives. Let's pay the Whitworth some love. 1, 2, 3, 4. Five ER medium lasers of Whitworth love. We'll even throw the Streak SRM on. I'll overheat some, but gosh darn it, if you don't show that you care with an alpha strike every once in a while, people just think that you're hostile. Von Luckner, immobile. Nope. Whitworth. Whitworth is the better option. 1, 2, 3, 4. That'll be good. 4 medium lasers is a fair amount of reach out and touch someone. And I can put some fire on that. Yeah, let's put some fire on that bulldog. It didn't really go anywhere. Here are PPCs. Let's put the ERPPCs on the Whitworth. Got a torso twist. ERPPCs on the Whitworth. It is. So let it be written. So let it be done. And another set of ERPPCs on. Yeah, let's just try and put the Whitworth out of its misery. Done. All right. The crew of the Manticore heavy tank unjams the turret. That's completely unreasonable of them. Elemental Battle Armor 1 misses the Bulldog with 2 rolls. Battle Armor 2 -2 more movement points to the Bulldog. And a sensor hit. Yes, +2 to strike me. Elemental rips the Von Luckner apart, so I'm glad I didn't put more guns on that. My elemental points are just really making me happy. Bulldog medium tank manages to miss my Wolverine both times, which is what I want. Stay keeping my distance, using my range advantage and my skill advantage. Elemental Battle Armor 2 misses. Crusader LRM 10 does hit one of my Wolverines. Yeah, plinks on the center armor and armor, but I'm doing okay. Elemental Battle Armor 3, Drillson Heavy Hover Tank. This is the attack on the rear table. Immobilized. Yes, yes, glorious. Those are just freaking nightmares. It's kind of glorious. Wolverine Prime, unloose. So there's our Star Colonel unleashing the Whitworth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All 6. Five missiles hit, and the SRM 6 does 5 laser hits. All of those are 7 points each. So that's 35 points of damage. And the streak fails to achieve lock, doesn't fire. The Drillson would like to fire at the elementals and misses with everything because glorious. Wolverine A does put an ER medium laser and only one ER medium laser at on that Whitworth. Gotta love my butter bars. Wolverine B on the Bulldog. Turret locked, crew stunned, and more minus movement points. That thing has to be effectively immobile. It's got to have like 1 movement point at this point. Wolverine C, 2 ERPPC hits, blowing off the right arm on the Whitworth. That's glorious. Wolverine C number 2, other fire support, completely misses both PPCs. Come on, get in the game. Whitworth does fire back, hits with 2 LRM 10s, so respect for his courage. But it's not going well. Yep. So the Whitworth is heavily damaged. Oh, physical attack? Is it physical attack phase? Do I have a physical attack phase? Somebody appears to. Oh, the pilot. I'm not gonna kick the pilot. I will capture the pilot. Okay, so captive. Nice. Hooray for intel. They are down. Enemy troops are down to like 30% of their combat effectiveness, and the nightmare continues. Elementals. Crew stunned. Yeah, why don't you boing on over to the Bulldog? Because you guys had it too easy, and you can boing on over to that Charger. See if it wakes up or not. Let's try to keep that Crusader busy. The Whitworth has apparently had enough, and I don't care. So let's jump right there behind the immobile. The last elemental point can jump to the other side of the Whitworth and continue to pepper it with a nightmare level of small arms fire. Wolverine Prime. Let's start. Let's start doing some anti-mech work here, buddy. Yeah, we could turn. Don't have to turn our back to the Whitworth. I guess we're gonna have to clean up the Whitworth first. Jump. Oh, 5. Come 5, and then there won't be any question of intervening terrain. Ooh, you're so immobile. I'm gonna have to take a shot at that immobile assault mech before it can give me much more trouble. Wait, where did the? Oh, that's where the Crusader went. Okay, all right, we can do that. Your Crusader has a minimum range, and I do not, so I'm gonna close with you. Yes, I will close with you, and we will see what we will see. Let's start with the medium lasers. Oh, Monsieur le Crusader, you are standing right there. But there is still a vehicle to take care of, and vehicles are your right. We've established that vehicles are your rightful prey. So let's tear that bulldog apart. Okay, next elemental target charger head. Yeah, let's climb into that head. Done. Yeah, let's keep firing on that head. I mean, that's where the juicy bits are, and then we've got an assault mech to salvage if we manage it. That beautiful, beautiful rear armor on that Drillson hover tank is a target I can't pass up. My final elementals, of course, firing at the Whitworth, because why should the big guys get all the stompy fun? Drillson, skip the PPC. Won't fire too much. I don't think that's long for this world, really. Yeah, skip the ER laser, mid short range. 5 medium lasers at point blank. We'll take it. And don't aim. Yeah, LRM 20 and an ERPPC seems like a way of greeting you to our wonderful colony world. 2 particle cannons because they're such awesome weapons, but I'll overheat a little bit. I'm running cold. I am not running cold, so just the 2 particle cannons, I think. Or skip a particle cannon, 2 medium lasers, and start to cool down. He's so battle armor 0.5 rips the rips the bulldog apart and just destroys it with sheer damage. Head hit takes 3 damage to head. Head hit aimed location. So 3 damage and 6 damage to head. To do 2 more damage to head. 4 total hits. Oh my gosh, that poor pilot. Is actually blacked out. Now the Crusader. Wow, the Crusader represents 2 medium lasers and 2 SRM6s. Slam right into my fire support Wolverine. Armor's holding, but that's why Crusader. That's why Kurita and House Lao really love their Crusaders. They've got their perks. We're gonna miss the charger from out at range. Jumping elemental point 2. Hey, look, another vehicle as its rightful victim. Destroyed by damage to the rear. Boom! More screaming cut off on the radio, replaced by static. Battle armor at the Whitworth. Critical hit on center torso. Engine critical hit on center torso. We thieve the revolution. All right, it's official. You get back to base. All the mech warriors have got to buy. All the mech warriors have to buy the have to buy the elementals beer. And unfortunately, elementals are like 7 feet tall because we don't grow them in vats. We get them off of a heavy gravity planet. They can drink a lot of beer. That's gonna be expensive, but it'll be totally worth it. Wolverine Prime going after the head hits, center torso hits, 9 internal structure damage, critical hit on LRM, critical hit on lower leg. Wolverine A. Oh, wow. Destroys the right leg, destroys the right torso, destroys the left torso. 7 points of internal structure remaining. Wolverine B. Critical hit on engine, critical hit on engine, critical hit on on gyro. Coming in with LRM 20 attack for the rear. Go Lieutenant. My worst pilots actually might get a kill if the elementals don't beat him to it. And Whitworth fires 2 LRM 10s, hits. Wow, both of them hit Wolverine C. The armor is getting kind of. ERPPC misses. ERPPC. Oh, jeez. Oh, Pete. Clan particle cannon to the head, destroyed by damage. Crusader falls at your feet. The pilot is dead. Everything else is details. Perfect salvage. One of my Wolverines will fall. And the Whitworth is blacked out. So here's where Mega Mech would require me to continue, but I don't need to. The Crusader is dead. So the Crusader is dead. The Charger is dead. Both of those are perfectly salvageable. The Von Luckner also dead, perfectly salvageable. I guess the only person left is the Manticore heavy tank. Yeah, it's still in the game, I guess. I got one more person to do. I don't need to kick him. He's got a center torso and one leg. He's not going anywhere, and his pilot's blacked out. I don't need to assassinate him. I could just capture him. Pilot of the Charger does wake up. Awesome. I think you've got 2 engine hits, a gyro hit, and yep, 10% of their battle value is still effective. All right, let's get rid of the last tank. Overheated a little bit. We're coming for you, last tank. We're coming. Don't worry. If I play my cards right, I think I've got almost as much salvage as I have units to carry salvage. You have like teams of elementals dragging a tank through the desert into a sandstorm to escape pursuit. Charger destroyed by ejection. Yep, there we go. And fire. I don't really think we need to worry about it. We could just fire the big guns at this point. There's no way that this mech is going to survive. Oh, there's no way this tank is going to survive. But wouldn't they surrender? No, they're House Kurita. Dodge, ram it. Stupid Kurita. It's just irritating. Oh, the elementals can get in there first. Oh, it's glorious. ERPPC hits, ERPPC hits. Wolverine gets the kill. Elemental, crew stunned, motive system damage. Yeah, we're done. We are done. This is it. All right. So we've got um one pilot, two pilots, so three pilots. So for the bondsman kind of prisoner of war status, three pilots, a vehicle. That's one, two, three mechs. Because the Whitworth technically is salvageable. Goodness gracious. So I went in with five mechs, and I've got like, yeah, total annihilation of an entire enemy combined arms company with heavy salvage and then fading away. Very nicely done. We'll deal with the fallout from this from this later, but yeah. And that's a wrap. That was Clan Wolverine's Nova, meaning a star of five mechs and a star of five elemental teams, um, ripping holy hell out of green Kurita troops as a way of greeting them to the planet of Lone Star, and then retreating into the dust storms of the Great Dust Sea, which is what they're using to hide their movements. And we are done. Thank you so very much for your time. I'll be uploading this shortly, and mwaha, mwahaha.